Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and this story is going to be what if Naruto had nin? Before the rise of the Otsutsuki, there was another clan, one that mastered an energy more refined. Nin. Feared across dimensions, the Zoldyck clans disappeared, leaving only fragments behind. Unknown to the world, they passed down this technique to one clan. This was the Uzumaki clan. So, now our story begins on the birth of Naruto. Now, the Nine Tails attack will not be happening, and they will not be living in Konoha. I forgot what the original name was called, so we're going to call it the Whirlpool. There would be no Jinchuriki in this version, as by the time Naruto was born, Minato and Kushina had already found a way to tame the Nine Tails, and he would be great friends with them, actually. Now, as Naruto was growing up, he would struggle with chakra control. He would get the gist of it, and with some proper teaching, he would be able to do it, but his control was not as potent as it should have been, as he was the son of the second Kunaragakekage. Honestly, I think the name of the village is Kumagakure, but what would the name be? Kumakage? I don't know. But he's the Kage of the Kumagakure, the land of whirlpools. So, now Naruto, while meditating, he would actually see strands of life energy coming from his body, otherwise known as nin. He would explain this to his mother, as she would pull out some scrolls, a couple of scrolls and books, as she would just begin to study over nin with Naruto, explaining its backstory, as it came from the Zoldyck clan, rival to the Otsutsuki clan, but it was even more powerful. It consisted of 5 nin natures: enhancer, emitter, transmuter, conjurer, and specialist. Sorry, I forgot manipulator. Okay, so Kushina would explain how Naruto seemed to be an enhancer, but they did the leaf test, and essentially, first they did the leaf test for chakra nature. He had wind and earth chakra nature. And then they did the water leaf test for nin. He was an enhancer, but he showed signs of specialist and emitter abilities. So Naruto would begin to think about his nin ability right away. So he would begin to think that he would maybe be able to enhance the distance between him and an opponent. This would be his nin ability, space creation. So Naruto would essentially, with him, most likely, so let's just say Naruto is a specialist, but he's classified as an enhancer. So he would be working on enhancer type abilities, because he doesn't really quite know he's a specialist yet. So he would try to enhance the distance between him and someone else, which would work to a surprise. And he would show this to Kushina, and she would begin to think that is an enhanced and a specialist ability, and he should not have been able to do that. So they retested him, and it turned out he was a specialist. So Naruto, with this thought, would begin to create all sorts of abilities. His space creation ability would be the same, as he would create an ability for him. So let's say Naruto uses his aura. Then he gets some type of element and hits himself with it. Just like Killua did with lightning, but he had to have like a lot of lightning exposure as a child. Naruto would not need that, as he's a specialist. So he would be able to emit any element that touched his aura. So he could turn water into his aura, lightning. He can turn basically every element. So basically it's kind of like 5 chakra natures, but in Nin. So he would be able to emit every element first. Then I'll take inspiration from Gon's adult form. Let's say he ends up going into his parents' room to find some more information about Nin. And mind you, at this point, Naruto is only 5, yet to enter the academy, and they're actually in the middle of moving to Konoha because Hiruzen wants to step down from his position as Hokage, and he wants Minato to fill him in. So they'll be moving there at the moment. That's why his parents are not there, and they would have Kurama watching him. As Kurama would fall asleep, as he's in his small form, and he's just kind of like a dog. So he would fall asleep, and Naruto would go in the room and look at some hidden scrolls. Some forbidden scrolls only to be used when you are high-level shinobi. So Naruto would find out about Nin contracts. So the contract that Naruto would sign is an enhancer type ability where Naruto has to, so let's say it's kind of like ultra ego. So every time Naruto gets hit, so Naruto has to get hit 10 times without blocking or dodging before his ability activates, his power activates. Once those conditions are met, he will then get tail beast-like strength, like unrivaled. So his speed will go up to 30 times. His strength will be so much, like he could arm wrestle 3 tailed beasts at once and still win. That's how powerful this man will get. But if he gets knocked unconscious while using while under this contract, he will lose Nin for 30 days. And while he's using this, he cannot use chakra. So this would be Naruto's contract. Now, we begin to start when Naruto has moved into the village of Konoha. He would move in relatively close to the Uchiha compound, as Fugaku was pretty good friends with Minato. So then Naruto would be enrolled into the academy automatically. Let's say 3rd day being there, after moving, he would be in the academy. And Naruto would continue to get better at chakra, but would still kind of struggle. And as no one would really know about Nin, he would use Nin abilities for stuff that involve chakra. Let's say he would use his aura to create illusion clones, and they would not be just regular clones. They would be solid clones, like kind of like shadow clones, but they would literally be so much stronger, as Nin is stronger than chakra. So, and also he would have Gyo. He would use Gyo to find others' chakra points. So he would be able to technically use Hyuga type fighting styles to disable others' chakra points while not having to use the dojutsu. So now, we have the first battle. Naruto versus Sasuke. Rookie of the Year, or the battle to Rookie of the Year, let's say. So they would have their spar. Iruka would say, Hajime, as they would begin. Naruto would instantly rush in, but allowing Sasuke to hit him. as Naruto would be kicking and punching as well, acting like he was putting up a fight. And Sasuke's fangirls, of course, would be like, Sasuke, you got this, dude. Just because he's the son of the fourth Hokage doesn't mean he can beat you, Sasuke. Let's see your powers. As Sasuke would hit Naruto for the 10th time. As Naruto would scream, Supreme Overload! As he would get this insanely red aura. And he would charge at Sasuke. In the blink of an eye, Sasuke was already unconscious. In one tap of the finger. Naruto's aura would be so just powerful. I mean, it's widened, expanded through the entire village almost. Or that entire portion of the village, which was a lot. As everyone would just be staring at Naruto, as he would begin to notice he could sense anyone inside his aura. This is when he would get to know the use of Ren, is that what it's called? The one where they expand their aura and then feel like who's in there. I forgot what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's Ren, but correct me if I'm wrong. So, the next day, as soon as Naruto would get home, he would tell his mother about it, and Minato would get home from his work just in time for dinner, and they'll just be laughing about how Sasuke was pretty strong, but he could not beat Naruto at all. So, about 2 years would pass. Naruto would graduate, and he would be put on Team 7. And Team 7 would be the same at this point. But now we get into where they're trying to meet Kakashi. So once he walks in the room after being late for very long, he would see Naruto just sleeping, Sasuke looking nonchalant with his hands on the back of his head, and Sakura just staring daggers into Sasuke with these lovey-dovey eyes. Kakashi would introduce himself as their new sensei, and he would walk outside. He would tell them to follow him outside. As he would ask everyone their goals. As Naruto in this version, he would still ending up to be wanting to be Hokage, as he just wanted to be like his dad. But he said he aspires to be the best Hokage there would ever be to live. As Kakashi would be. That's pretty straightforward. Lots of people's answers though. Sasuke would say he wants to take the life of a certain someone. As Sakura would be just fangirling over Sasuke. And I don't even know what she said in the original, something like, oh, I want to marry someone else. And, Sasuke would just be very mad at this. So would Naruto. Naruto in this version does not like Sakura, actually. He actually would like Ino. Yeah. So, we're going to skip to the bell test. Kakashi says, meet him at 8 in the morning. Don't be late. And don't eat or you throw up. And yeah. Naruto would be like, Minato would make sure Naruto did not eat, as he knew what was going on. And Naruto being pretty smart, honestly, let's say Naruto's heard of the stories of the bell test and knows what's gonna happen, and Kakashi's expecting that. So Naruto might eat. Naruto follows rules. So Kakashi in this version will not be late because Kushina will be there. And he was making sure that is not happening. So after Naruto told him he was 3 hours late. So Kakashi made sure to not be late. And they'll begin the bell test at 8:30. So So, Naruto would tell Sasuke and Sakura what the objective of this test was. And Sasuke, knowing Naruto had some kind of power that was insanely powerful. It wasn't like chakra because he could not sense it, but it was something else, something more potent. So as the battle would begin, they would rush in, diverting a combo attack. Sakura would charge in, throwing a kunai at Kakashi, with Naruto rushing in as well, right behind her, attempting to grab the bells. As Kakashi would hit Naruto away, before he would actually uppercut him into the air before kicking him. As he would say in his mind, yes, that's 2 hits already. As he would rush back in, before him getting hit 3 more times, 5 hits, he would say in his mind. As Kakashi would begin to just keep doing this until he would ultimately be getting hit 10 times. So Naruto would scream, "Supreme Overload!" as he would get his red-like aura once again, and it would surround the entire battlefield as he would rush at Kakashi. And in the blink of an eye, he was behind him with 2 bells. He would toss them to Sakura and Sasuke before turning his aura off and saying, "That's how you complete the job." As Kakashi would be shocked. I mean, he would be so shocked, he would barely even know what happened by the time Naruto took the bells. He would honestly be shell-shocked. This would come to his attention that Naruto is literally the yellow flash, or should he say the red flash, because Naruto's aura was so great, it even showed to someone who could not sense Nin, which is crazy. Like, that's honestly insane. Alright, so Kakashi would explain the real goals of the test, but Sakura and Sasuke would act like they didn't know because Naruto did tell them, but they would move on to the bridge builder arc. So first they would do some D-rank missions. Then finally Naruto asked his father for some better missions. And he would send them out on a C-rank mission. As Tazano would walk in, and he would say, "There he is, right there." And Tazano would begin to look at Team 7. And he would be like, "These little brats, can they really take care of the job?" But Naruto and Sasuke would stare into his eyes with such malicious intent that he would say, "I'm just kidding. Yeah, you look pretty powerful, kids. Except you there in the pink hair." And Sakura would scowl at this, but she would know it's pretty true. I mean, why is Sakura so useless? Alright, back to the story. So they would get ready and pack for the bridge builder arc, whatever you want to call it. So as they would begin to leave, Naruto would get a piece of toast, sip orange juice, and run out of there with the most perfect breakfast sitting on the table, waiting to get cold and not be eaten, just to be thrown in the trash. I mean, why do people in movies do that? Alright. Sorry, just need to take a breather there. Okay, so now we get on to Naruto and the team leaving. Team 7 would be walking as Naruto would spot a white rabbit. He would use Gyo and see what are they called? The Demon Brothers hiding. And he would immediately swipe his kunai in the air to where the Demon Brothers were at, like hiding in their genjutsu. And Sasuke would be wondering how Naruto had sensed them in that puddle. I mean, someone with a Sharingan would not have been able to sense them twice as fast as Naruto did. So Naruto would begin to tie them up to a tree and interrogate them. They would not peep a word, so you know it had to be done. As they would continue to walk, they would then be met with a giant sword flying at them, as Kakashi would say, "Everybody get down," instead of duck, because somebody would have thought, where's the duck? So I need a water break. Okay, where was I? Okay, so they would see Zabuza Momochi, the demon of the mist, as Kakashi and Zabuza would have their little trademark conversation about how they would never realize they would have met the copy ninja and the demon swordman of the mist. So they would begin their battle, as Kakashi would be like, "Protect the bridge builder." And Naruto would tell Sasuke to punch him 10 times. As we all know what's gonna happen. And he would rush in as Zabuza, punching him with all his strength, sending him flying against the water, making him skip like a skipping stone at least 200 times before looking at his team and saying, "Well, that's taken care of," before Kakashi could even do a single thing. So they would later be, essentially Zabuza would have almost drowned until Haku would end up saving him before they went near him with the boat. They would think Zabuza had already drowned. Then they would get to Tazuna's home without Kakashi being exhausted. But we would get to the training of Sakura and Sasuke, as Naruto would not need to be able to walk on the tree because he could already walk on water. So Sakura would be able to master this relatively fast, and Sasuke, having no one else to compete with him, he would actually be determined even more to master this, as by like 8 o'clock, when everyone's settling down, Sasuke had finished training and no one would end up being late to the bridge builder fight, until Naruto would essentially wake up and he would have slept in somehow. I don't know how. We're just gonna make it plot. So he hears some bandits trying to capture, I honestly forgot what his name was. The little boy, Tazuna's grandson. Yeah, they're trying to capture him. I can't believe I forgot his name. He was like one of the key characters in the start of Naruto. But yeah, so they'll be trying to capture him, as Naruto would come out throwing a kunai before using a wind style jutsu, the wind bullet, knocking them back, before also using the earth wall, making them hit the earth wall before Naruto would begin to beat down on them. Now, after saving them, he would hide them somewhere very safe, or so he thought. Yeah, so he would begin to rush to the bridge builder fight. To the bridge, as he would see Sasuke being stuck in an ice mirror jutsu by Haku. And He would also see Zabuza fighting, which they thought he had drowned, but of course not. So, Naruto would rush in this timeline. He would not rush into the mirrors, as he knows he's actually intelligent in this timeline. So, he would he would ask Kakashi to send one of his dogs over, as the dog would begin to bite him countless times, as Naruto, of course, would activate his Supreme... Is that really what it's called? Supreme Overload? Yeah. Supreme Overload, and he would hit the mirrors. He would be moving so fast, he would essentially be moving the same speed as Haku, if not faster. Never mind. He would be moving a lot faster than Haku, and he would be seeing in slow motion as he just jumps up into the air, hitting the mirror that Haku's about to go to, as he can perceive all of this, and he would deflect every Senbon Sasuke would be about to get hit by before beginning to throw Haku straight at Zabuza. And as Kakashi would charge up his Chidori, as Zabuza's held by the dogs, he would send Haku into Zabuza, making Kakashi pierce both Zabuza and Haku with his Chidori. As the bridge would be named Bridge of Naruto, or Naruto's Bridge, whatever it's called. But as he was the MVP of that battle, of course. So we now begin when they're back to the village and introduced to the tuning exams. And that is where I'll be closing off this video of what if Naruto had Nin. And if you enjoyed this video and made it this far through the video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, so bye.